Hey everyone, here's another Comic Clerks video, and I'm here to talk to you about Flash, the Guerrilla Warfare. And this video will contain spoilers, so I'm just letting you guys know beforehand. Alright, so this episode, Guerrilla Warfare, we knew what that was about. It's about Grodd. Grodd is the whole purpose of this episode. And, this episode, it was really hard to top last week's episode. This was a good episode, but they came with it last week, and this episode, I wanted it. After last week's episode, I was expecting so much more, but this episode was good. It was good. It was good to see Grodd on screen. It was good to Harrison Wells back in the Reverse Flash suit. That was awesome. But this episode we start, Barry's, he's trying to get back, walking again. And kind of in the last episode, they kind of teased us with him not being able to walk. So we thought he was going to be kind of crippled in this episode. And they weren't really going to, I was hoping they were going to focus more on his smarts instead of, his speed and all that. I know they incorporate his smarts when he's out there, when he's not in a reverse, when he's not in his Flash suit. But this episode, crippling him would have made him have to work so much harder, to defeat Grodd and stuff. But, that's not how this episode went. He's able to walk. He's just not able to, to access his speed or his speed force and all that because he's still healing and all that stuff. So, I was kind of a little irked about that they didn't let him, sit in the wheelchair for a whole episode. They could have let him chill for an episode, but I guess, for the Legends episode, he has to be healed and all that already. But anyways, so, we get to Grodd. He's stealing pharmaceutical, drugs and all that stuff because he wants more Grodds. He's tired of being the only one. So I guess if you're the only huge, telepathic ape, you would want more of you. But anyways, that's pretty much what this episode about. Grodd, he kidnaps Caitlyn. He thinks she is able to, reproduce, the same results as him. But she tells him that she can't do that. The one who did that, pretty much he's dead, she can't replicate that. Grodd's not happy with this, but we do see, Harrison Wells get back in the Reverse Flash suit. He's the decoy of saving Caitlyn in this episode. He plays, his old character. It's kind of funny seeing him, he's trying to act like he's not that character, but he is that character. But he's not that character, but he is that character. But, it's just funny to me. But it's just awesome that he gets to get back in his suit, after. I wonder what he has to say about that, getting back into the suit after the last season when he's supposedly dead. But, I thought that was pretty cool. But, the main, you guys know I love Cisco Ramon. He's my favorite character on The Flash. He's at the top of the list right now. And, he had a date this episode with the beautiful barista Kendra, who he was supposed to take on a date, for dinner, movie, and, breakfast afterwards. But anyways, he takes her to see, the most amazing movie, date movie with, love, romance, fencing, giants. And if you didn't get that reference that he was putting out, you're too young. You shouldn't even. You're just too young. That reference, if anybody didn't know that was The Princess Bride, shame on you. But anyways, he vibes off of her, and we see Hawk Girl. And I wonder why they made his flashlight the vibe like that because, usually his vibes, it shows something that's happening. All we saw was, Hawk Girl, spinning around, and it's like, that's a weird vibe you're having right there. But anyways, Cisco, he kind of botched that because he thought, she was some bad, metahuman or something. So he dips out, but he makes up for it. He brings her chocolate and flowers, and lollipops in his van. And, he makes up for it. Cisco, you're one of my favorite characters. I just can't stress that enough. But anyways, this episode was also about, Barry getting his butt whooped in last episode. And, Zoom tapped it. He put Barry in the dirt, threw his lightning bolt back at him, nothing worked on him. Barry was just helpless. And then Zoom, he just put him on display with it. He took him to the paper. He took him to the police department and pretty much showed everybody, that he got his butt whooped. And he's trying to grasp that. And this is when, Iris, she goes and gets, Henry Allen, his dad. And, his dad is trying to talk some sense into him and tell, that, when they get beat, they get back up. Don't let anything stop them and all this. He's just trying to. I'm wanting, Barry to stop being so depressed in some of these, episodes. He's the Flash. He's got. I know he's not. You want him to be a little bit more upbeat. But we know he's not. He's not Wally West. Wally West is a little more of a joker. Barry, he jokes, but he's not that much of a joker. But anyways, he's really depressed in these episodes. We want him to enjoy life. We want him. Joe told him in another episode, and he needs to start enjoying life. He got beat once, he just needs to get back up and keep going. And hopefully in these next episodes we can see him a little bit more upbeat, taking down these heroes. I know this is a process to get him to the hero that we want him to be, but hopefully he stops being so depressed in some of these episodes. He's starting to make me depressed a little bit. But anyways, we had this huge showdown at the end of the episode. Him fighting Grodd, them trying to push him into a portal to Earth 2. And they successfully get him into the portal. And, we see where they send Grodd. And it's Gorilla City. I don't know if anybody else didn't catch up on that, but it looked like Gorilla City to me. And if anybody knows Grodd, they still sent him to the wrong place. Because Grodd is going to take over Gorilla City. And I hope that's in I don't know if it's going to be this season or next season, but I want to see him take over Gorilla City. And, somebody's got to come. One of the gorillas have to come and get Flash to help them stop Grodd, from destroying Gorilla City pretty much, because he's going to take it over and that's what's going to happen. All right, you guys, this episode was great. Guerrilla Warfare. Tell me what you guys liked about it, what you didn't like about it, Hopefully, I don't think we get we don't get another episode this week. We have to wait, I think, until December till we get one of the Legends episodes. So I can't wait for that, you guys. Thank you for watching.